Hey folks, how you doing? It's Paul at Craft Words. We've got a really cool question this week from Dario Stangl. Again, Dario, I say this every week, but please tell me if I'm mangling the pronunciation of your name. So your question was that you're a copywriter with other attributes. So what's our opinion on the way crossover happens today versus the way it may happen in the future? This is really interesting. It's around this idea of kind of pigeonholing, isn't it? It's sort of, is it a case of people do one thing and that's it? Or are there ways that, we can concentrate and get the best out of ourselves? That was kind of your idea. It's interesting. And I teach a course in copywriting out here in Madrid. And I often talk to the students about this. I often make the point that, you need to be able to do a lot of different things. There are kind of two parts to this as I see it. One is writers who are also things like filmmakers, designers, developers, whatever it may be. And two is writers who can write more than one type of copy, like UX copy, conceptual copy, print ads, radio ads, whatever it might be. Let me answer point two first, because that's a bit quicker. For point two, I think any decent writer should be able to write any kind of copy. You might excel at some things, sure, that's okay, but you should be able to do everything. It always sort of makes me scratch my head a little bit when I see ads for, need UX writer, need medical writer, need an above the line writer, that kind of thing. And it sort of baffles me because if you're a good writer and you've got a decent brief, you should be able to do anything. So it is a little bit strange. I do think that it's okay to be very good at one thing, but good at lots of others, that's okay. But I do think, any writer should be able to do pretty much anything. So for that sort of crossover, that's how I see that. I don't think that's going to change. Whether you're working in an agency or you're freelancing, you're going to have to do different types of writing. And the more different types of writing you can do, the more success you'll have. So point one, writers who are also other things like filmmakers, designers, developers, that's a little bit different. There's definitely value in being able to do more than one thing. I've worked with some phenomenally talented people who can do more than one thing to a very high level. It's very frustrating, but there are lots of these folks around. The danger, I think, if you can do that, is you could get pulled into more than one thing, and it's hard for you to kind of maintain focus on your core thing. People would say, oh, could you do this bit of coding, this bit of developing, or when you're done, can you do this bit of designing? And you're constantly jumping between the things, and so you might find that a bit hard to focus. It depends a little bit how the agency or client wants to use you. It also could make it a bit difficult to market yourself. If I was interviewing someone for a position and they said to me, oh, I'm a writer, but I'm also a developer, I also do a bit of design, I also sing karaoke at weekends for money, I don't know, whatever. It makes it a bit hard for me to sit there and think, okay, how am I going to get the most from this person? What's going to keep them happy? Are they going to come in and write for us and then they're going to be frustrated that they're not getting time to do those other things that they want to do? Or are they going to do those other things and that pulls their focus away from the core thing that I really need them to do? It's just kind of deep expertise is important. Again, sort of crossing over with point one, it doesn't mean you can't do other things, but I think you do need to be clear about, I do this thing, and go that way. Not everyone's going to agree with that. Some people might think, no, it's fine to have someone who is a bit of a polymath and can do many, many different things. There are, again, as I've said, there are very, very successful people who do that. I just think you need to be able to say, I do this thing, I excel at this thing. It's a bit like messaging hierarchy in an ad or something like that. You need to be very single-minded about this is what this piece of copy is about. It's a bit similar to that. You need to be very clear about what it is you bring to the table. Okay? So thanks very much, folks. Thanks for the questions. Please keep them coming down here in the comments, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.